Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Schleicher, and I'm your El Paso County Assessor. And I would just want to share with you something that is extremely important to me and also one of my highest priorities as your county assessor, and talk to you a little bit about the Colorado Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program and also my concerns in regards to the future funding of this program from our state. So, what I hope you all get out of this is one is the history of the senior homestead exemption. How does it work for our seniors? How does it work for the state and local government? What is going on with our senior population over the last 10 years? And how does our state constitution play a part in the senior homestead exemption? And then why am I, as your county assessor, extremely concerned about the future funding of the senior homestead property tax exemption program? So as I was putting this presentation together, I came across this quote that just is absolutely perfect for this presentation, and that is, "To care for those who once cared for us is one of the highest honors." And I just, that struck me, and especially during this time, as we're all going through this COVID-19 pandemic, and it's affecting many of us, but especially our senior population here locally. So I just wanted to share that with you all. So let's talk a little bit about the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program here locally in El Paso County. So since 2014, the Senior Property Tax Exemption Program has grown exponentially here in our county. Currently, there are nearly 27,000 seniors that are enrolled in this program, and the assessor's office serves as many seniors enrolled in the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program than some counties have total population. For example, Teller County and Elbert County, who are our neighbors. So let's go into a little history. So in November 2000, Referendum A, also known as the Senior Homestead Exemption Act, was approved by us, the Colorado voter, as an addition to our Constitution. Referendum A, enacted at the 2000 election, got 54.7% voter support at that time. And the major proponents were the Colorado Senior Lobby, AARP of Colorado, and thousands upon thousands of Colorado voters. And this exemption took effect in tax year 2002, payable in 2003. So as we go to the ballot, we always get our blue book, and I wanted to share with you the arguments for the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program and pulled up the historical 2000 Colorado Blue Book. So the arguments for, one was to assist low-income seniors with rising tax burdens. It also allows longtime senior residents to age in place and also makes up for low levels of participation in the state property tax deferral program. So many of you are probably sitting there going, well, Steve, what is the property tax deferral program? That is a program that is administered by our county treasurer's office, and it is not very popular amongst our seniors. And the reason why is because the taxes are deferred, and then the government places a lien on your property, which have to be paid back at a future date. So I, like you as a property owner, will sit there and go, I really don't like to have a lien on my property because that lien has to be satisfied if I want to refinance at some of the record low interest rates that we're seeing today, if I want to sell the property or anything like that. But that lien will have to be paid back. And not many seniors are very fond of having a lien placed upon their property by the government. So how does the Senior Homestead Exemption Program work for our seniors? One is it applies to our seniors that are 65 years of age or older or their surviving spouse. The property must be their primary residence and continuously owned and occupied for at least 10 years. And it's 50% of the first $200,000 that is exempt from property tax. So for example, a property that has a value of $166,000 is taxed as if the value is $83,000. So there's a 50% break there. Let's say the property is worth $265,000. It's taxed as if it's a $165,000 property. So you subtract out that $100,000 of value. And the property tax benefit depends on the home value and the mill levy where you reside in the tax district here in El Paso County. So how does this exemption work for government? So only local governments assess property tax. So what that means is El Paso County, City of Colorado Springs, your school districts, fire districts, special districts, it is those entities that assess the property tax. The Colorado State Constitution requires the state government to reimburse for the revenue loss from the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program. And the state general, basically this goes down as a state general fund expenditure. Reimbursements are in the fiscal year that the taxes are paid. So for example, right now we all are currently paying our 2019 taxes payable in 2020. So your assessor's office works current year, your treasurer's office works a year in arrears. So right now, the state is reimbursing El Paso County for the 2019 funds that went to go for the senior homestead exemption for 2019 payable 2020. The Constitution also allows the state legislature to adjust the $200,000 cap, as mentioned. So, what is going on with our senior population? And folks, it's surging, as I stated in this slide. In years before, we've always had a low level of seniors because many of our seniors were moving to other states that were very pro-retirement, Arizona, Florida, places like that. However, Colorado has become one of those places. So from 2010 to 2012 statewide, we have seen an increase of 162,000 seniors. So the percentage change from 2010 to 2015 is nearly 30%. So that is a significant number of seniors that are now residing here in the state of Colorado and taking advantage of the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program. So as mentioned, I am extremely concerned with the current year funding and future funding of the Senior Homestead Exemption Program from our state. And I will share with you is I will continue to fight until there is no fight left for the preservation of this well-deserved benefit for our seniors. So as I have learned is a lot of times many of us forget our history. And I am of the opinion that many of our elected officials have forgotten our Colorado history. And we need to remind ourselves, why did our state legislature decide to take the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program to the Colorado voters? Could it have been back in the year 2000 that Colorado was experiencing a very hot real estate market? Values of residential properties continually appreciated by double digits? Was it because our seniors could not keep up with the cost of living and growing tax burden? Does this sound familiar? Absolutely. So sadly, 20 years ago, many of our seniors could not pay their increasing property taxes, and unfortunately, many of these properties were either sold, our seniors had to make this unfortunate decision because of taxes, or they were foreclosed on or went through a local county treasurer tax sale. It was at this time our state legislature was proactive and recognized the problem and proposed the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program. So usually at the state, and we've all been hearing about it on the news over the last month, is balancing the books. We have to remember who the proponents were for the Senior Homestead Exemption back in the year 2000. So as mentioned, the proponents at the time were the Colorado Senior Lobby, AARP of Colorado, and we, the Colorado voter. And I am sure these proponents would be in agreement that we should continue to fund the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program today. As an elected official representing El Paso County, I respectfully ask you to support me and the nearly 27,000 senior citizens in El Paso County and urge our legislators to vote no on any upcoming legislation to not fund the Senior Homestead Property Tax Exemption Program. In short, folks, supporting our seniors to comfortably enjoy their golden years while maintaining their earned homestead exemption is just a flat victory. And I will share in the closing is I truly feel our senior citizens deserve better. And we as a government need to stop balancing the budget off of their backs. And I welcome anybody, if you have any questions regarding the senior homestead property tax exemption program, or if you share the same concerns I do about the future funding, feel free to reach out to me directly. My direct number is 719-520-6527, or you can email me at steveschleicher@elpasoco.com. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying healthy, and I wish everybody a great weekend. Thank you.